97 to 99 FM. We could tell you how we do it, but then we'd have to kill you. We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, wireless mass media revolutionized society, bringing millions of people together in a single shared instantaneous experience. We know now that the first such medium to seize the imagination was radio. In the 38th year of the 20th century, a single radio drama, Orson Welles' version of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds, caused millions of Americans to question whether what they were listening to was fiction or fact. Thousands fled their homes in fear. A few even took up arms against a supposed invader. 60 years later, throughout the world, radio's influence has withered. It is a spent medium. It could never happen again. Could it? Welcome to BBC Radio 1's live UFO Watch special. I'm Nicky Campbell, and if you've been listening in during today, you'll know that history is being made.
That's another burst coming in.
Even as I'm speaking.
Mark the time, 1901 hours and 20 seconds. Good.
The distinctive voice of the astronomer Patrick Moore, here with me aboard an RAF Sentry E-3D aircraft high over northern England. Now, if you've ever seen AWACS, the large American early warning aircraft with a saucer-shaped disc mounted on its top, this is basically the Royal Air Force equivalent. Now, Patrick, of course, is more at home in an astronomical observatory, but events are moving so fast that, frankly, we're a bit lost for words. Because basically, we've been using a very powerful ground station transmitter to send a high-energy signal pulse out into space for a week now as part of our UFO Watch initiative, which you'll know about if you've been listening to Radio 1. And the radar telescope facility at Jodrell Bank has been, this morning at around about 10:30. Get this, something came back. Now, we got some sort of a reply. Now, what we want to do now is to get a clearer signal and try and pinpoint it.
We're just coming on station now, Nicky. Our orbit is over the Isle of Man, as you can see on the screen.
Right, yeah. Inside the Sentry's cabin, there are 3 rows of radar consoles, all displaying information about air traffic over the UK. Now, normally this would be part of the Airborne Early Warning System for air defence, but this evening we've also got a ground link to the radio telescope array at Jodrell Bank, relaying what they're actually picking up from deep space. In fact, they're just relaying another transmission now, as you can hear.
Have we got Woomera on SATCOM yet? With the information on Mount Palomar, we might be able to triangulate and pinpoint the source. What have you got on the other screen?
Hello, Nicky. Good to have you here. Thanks for coming. The RAF are obviously taking this reply to our deep space transmissions very seriously. Mm-hmm. What's the official position on UFOs? Is it like the X-Files, kind of top secret? Well, if it was, we certainly wouldn't be broadcasting live on Radio 1. No, the RAF have always kept an open mind on this issue. After all, we have to. The air defence of the United Kingdom's our job. Does that imply we've had sightings of UFOs over Britain? Well, most definitely. We've had reports, hundreds of them over the years, mostly explained by natural phenomena, including the human imagination. But, I suppose there's a hard core that don't fit known explanations.
Are you talking personal experience here?
Indirectly, perhaps. My wife, Becky, is a flight lieutenant piloting Tornado F-3s from RAF Coningsby, a few miles from our base at Waddington.
Good to know the RAF has female fighter pilots. I'll say that for it.
Yeah, several in service, more in training. The RAF's an equal opportunities employer.
But has your wife actually seen a UFO when she's been a pilot?
She was once doing low-level night flying training over North Wales, and found herself shadowed for several minutes by a very fast, very bright light. Nothing registered on ground radar, but she's not prone to hallucinations.
Excuse me, sir. GCHQ on the phone patch. Oh, excuse me, Nicky. Something's coming up.
Well, thanks very much, Group Captain, for now.
Hello, Jodrell. This is Patrick Moore, aboard Eyeball. Is the Woomera signal coming through?
Patrick Moore, they're occupied at this moment with attempting to establish exactly where this extraterrestrial reply is coming from. Now, this is a day. People People can say they remember exactly where they were when President Kennedy was assassinated, the man first walked on the moon, John Lennon, assassinated. I suppose as you're hearing this now, this could be the same thing. We just may have made contact with life on another world.
With respect, Nicky, we haven't established anything of the kind until we've located the source of the incoming transmission.
Right, I see.
It could be a perfectly straightforward transmission, distorted by atmospheric conditions.
But it is getting stronger, isn't it?
It seems to be, but Excellent. Jodrell Bank is now combining data from 3 separate points on the Earth's surface. From its own radio telescope array, from the Mount Palomar Observatory in America, and now from Woomera Tracking Station in Australia. All these signals arrive at slightly different times to each location due to the curvature of the Earth.
So, is it possible, can we find out for certain whether this sound is coming from beyond the Earth or not?
Unquestionably. We should get an answer on this aircraft surveillance display.
Well, what we're looking at now is a symbol which has just flashed up from the ground station onto one of the screens. Now, I assume this gives us a precise fix on the signal. Is that right, Patrick?
Oh, absolutely.
And what does it tell us?
I haven't the faintest idea.
What does that figure represent?
The distance to the signal source is 285,000 kilometres.
So, this is a transmission of alien origin. The signal's coming from another world.
The nearest planet capable of sustaining life as we know it would be 8 light years away. This signal is coming from our moon.
So, what? Hello, Group Captain, yeah? With me now. Right, okay, well, if we can take live on the air here, actually. Who is it, Phil? Right, apologies for this. If you're listening to the programme, we're live, and these things do tend to happen. It's an unpredictable sort of thing going on, so excuse me 1 minute. No, I am the programme presenter. Yeah, since 7 o'clock. It's exo-atmospheric, right? A ground getting this via data link.
Good Lord! According to Jodrell, the range is decreasing.
Yeah, I'll do it, yeah. This is Nicky Campbell live from Radio 1's UFO Watch. We've been asked to hand back to Radio 1 if there's any more information we're allowed to give you on these extraterrestrial signals. We'll probably get straight back on the air. I'm hoping Mark Goodyear is in London. Hello, Mark, are you there?
Are they all this powerful on Plymouth?
Hi, Nicky. Yeah, hope to get back to you soon. Yes, this is Radio 1. Yeah, sorry about that. Seems to be a bit of a problem bringing you our live UFO Watch special, but this is Radio 1, the UK's music leader. I'm Mark Goodyear. Let's get on the dance tip with a tune which is going to be very big indeed for a man from New York. Here's Gusto and Chonk. All right, I think we've just been given the nod that we seem to have ironed out the problem with Nicky Campbell's UFO Watch special. Let's go back to join him aboard the RAF Sentry aircraft over the northwest approaches. Nicky, are you back with us?
I think we just told them they're basically taking a flying. I don't know, but
Nicky, are you hearing us?
Oh, hello. Yes, Mark. We're back.
What's the story? Are we allowed to mention the little green men yet?
Well, we had a bit of a run-in, Mark, with the government's listening post. It seems that they were concerned this extraterrestrial signal is Russian in origin, but this has now been discounted. In fact, since we went off the air, there have been a couple of developments I can now tell you. Astronomer Patrick Moore is here with me. We have established the source is, in fact, the moon. Right, Patrick? What are you talking about? Right, we've got Professor Dmitry Belov on the line from the Gagarin Radio Telescope Facility in the Ural Mountains, leading Russian astronomer. Professor Belov, if I can just ask you, in your opinion, would you say this is a contact with another life form? Have we proved there is life out there? Sorry, you mean you've actually got a picture of this thing? You can see it, though. What does it look like? I've heard it all now,
An extraterrestrial root vegetable is heading for planet Earth as we speak. You mean this thing's gonna hit us? The object is moving into Earth orbit.
This is Nicky Campbell live on BBC Radio 1's UFO Watch. You're listening to leading astronomers Patrick Moore and Professor Dmitry Belov as a vast extraterrestrial object is moving into orbit over Earth. Now, we don't know where it is or where it's from. But it doesn't seem to be obeying the laws of physics, does it? What is a nullifying force? Artificial gravity? So you... Yeah, Patrick, could you hold the microphone, thanks? What's going on? John Draw on the line. Something's happening to the object. B News confirms... Right, we'll be taking a break here and return you to our studio in London. As you can hear, the story is breaking very fast. So over to the Newsbeat studio and John Franklin.
Wrong, I'm afraid. It's moved. The message has been getting stronger and stronger. Now, we've been able to triangulate it, locate its point of origin. We can say, without question, that its source is moving at some considerable speed toward us. And an old friend. Hello, Dmitry.
Patrick, good to hear you. Still playing the xylophone?
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, Dmitry, what do you make of this response to our transmissions? I'd assume you're receiving it.
Oh, indeed we are. Most emphatically, yes.
On what basis have you formulated that opinion?
One of our satellites is relaying not only this signal, but also visual images.
Can you describe what you're looking at, Dmitry?
Well, we're at full magnification, so the resolution is not so good. But there is an object moving toward us.
Oh, quite clearly.
Well, it's a dull grey or brown, featureless at this distance.
What sort of shape is it?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose like a potato?
An asteroid?
Oh, that would be an explanation of its origin, perhaps.
Dmitry, what size would you say the object is?
We estimate it is about 550 kilometers long.
Dmitry, if your estimate is correct, and the object is moving toward the Earth, there are some fairly serious implications in terms of mass and velocity.
No. Our calculations indicate it is slowing at a rate commensurate with orbital insertion.
But something that size, its innate gravitational pull will play havoc with the ecosphere. Shifts in the Earth's oceans, instabilities in the continental plates.
Yes, but
the destructive potential is enormous. The object is so close, but these effects should have become noticeable by now. There is an anomaly here. No reports from anywhere of such phenomena. Dmitry, the outside world is saying odd things indeed.
Tiv, this is territorial orbit. Well, from this data, it seems clear that this object has an internal gravitational balance. A nullifying force is at work within it.
Science fiction.
A nullifying field is only theoretically possible. It presupposes the idea of gravity as something which can be generated.
Unproven hypothesis.
The object does not obey the natural laws of physics. Thus, it must be artificial. Mankind has not developed the technology to achieve this. Therefore, recent deduction indicates that this is the product of extraterrestrial intelligence, Indian technology,
disintegrating in the atmosphere.
Excuse me, Doc. Patrick, I'll have to leave you now. The Kremlin are on the other line. Thank you.
Yes,
of course. Thank you, Dimitri.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1, Newsbeat. This is Newsbeat, I'm John Franklin, and within the last few minutes, the Prime Minister, John Major, has appealed for calm following the news that a large extraterrestrial object is now orbiting the Earth. We go now live to Downing Street and join our parliamentary correspondent, John Sloper. Yes, John, there's been quite a commotion here. The leader of the opposition, Tony Blair, has just arrived. One assumes he's been briefed on the situation. Mr. Major and Mr. Blair are approaching the microphone. Within the last 15 minutes, a large object of unknown origin has entered the Earth's atmosphere. It is prudent to put all armed and emergency services on standby. I have had a conversation with Her Majesty the Queen in the last few minutes and notified her that as of now, Parliament is dissolved and immediately reconstituted with a coalition government of all parties, both in the Chamber and the Upper House. Mr. Blair and I will share prime ministerial duties as from this announcement. Tony? Yes, little to add at this point, except to reiterate Mr. Major's call for calm. If the public listen for announcements over the broadcast media, we will keep everyone informed of developments. Thank you. You're listening to a Newsbeat special bulletin on the events surrounding a large extraterrestrial object which has moved into Earth's orbit. Stay with us for more information. Apparently, the other radio networks and
John Franklin. Voiceover. Grave. The initial confusion quickly gave way to a chilling realization. The potato-shaped object wasn't a single entity, but a colossal mothership. And the pieces breaking off? Not disintegration, but deployment. Across the globe, smaller, disc-shaped vessels, each miles wide, positioned themselves silently over the world's major capitals. London, New York, Tokyo, Beijing, Moscow, Sydney. A silent, ominous vigil. Humanity held its breath. President Ilara Vance. Calm, but with underlying tension. My fellow Americans, and indeed citizens of the world, for the past 12 hours, we have attempted to establish communication with the vessels now hovering above our cities. We have sent greetings in every known language, mathematical sequences, images of our planet, our history, our hopes. We have received no response, only silence. And that... We are now moving to a heightened state of alert. Our military forces are deployed, not in aggression, but in readiness. We pray for peace, but we prepare for the unthinkable.
General David Miller. Voice tight, over comms. Satellite imagery confirms identical deployment patterns globally. No discernible weapon systems visible, but their sheer scale? It's unprecedented. We're getting reports of localized power fluctuations beneath the ships. Nothing catastrophic yet, but it's a concern.
Dr. Anna Reed. Analytical, slightly breathless. General, my team has been analyzing the energy signatures. It's not just power fluctuations. It's a drain. They're siphoning energy. Not just electrical grids, but atmospheric ionization. It's subtle, but it's happening. They're preparing something.
Preparing for what, Doctor?
I don't know, but the pattern of energy absorption, it's consistent with a massive weapon charge. Or perhaps a planetary terraforming device. Either way, it's not benign. President Ilara Vance. Voice rising in urgency. General Miller, what's happening? General David Miller. Shouting into comms. All units, brace for impact. They're firing. I repeat, they are firing.
The unthinkable. It happened. In a matter of minutes, London, New York, Paris, Tokyo, reduced to smoldering craters. Millions gone. The initial wave of attacks was overwhelming, precise, and utterly merciless. The alien ships, impervious to our most powerful weapons, unleashed a destructive force unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. But even in the ashes, a spark of defiance remained. Status report Echo 7. Anything left of the sector?
Squadron Leader Pete Newton, over comms, static-laced. Negative, Becky. Target City is a write-off. We're seeing pockets of resistance, but they're isolated. Our air superiority is non-existent. Their shields are impenetrable.
I know that, Pete! I saw it! My squadron, gone. Just like that. But there has to be a way, there has to be a weakness.
Group Captain Philip Johnson, over comms, weary. Becky, darling, pull back. We need you alive. We're regrouping at Cheyenne Mountain. Orders are to fall back, consolidate, and analyze.
Analyze what, Phil? The dust? The silence? They wiped out half the planet in an hour. We need to fight back now. And we will. But not blindly. We need intelligence. We need a plan. President Vance is coordinating a global response. We're not alone in this. Hold that thought, Phil. I've got company. Stay sharp. Contact. One down. They're not just ships. They're deploying ground forces. Armored. Fast. And they're not taking prisoners. Group Captain Philip Johnson. Grave. Understood. Get out of there, Becky. That's an order. We can't afford to lose you too. Copy that. Heading for extraction point Alpha 9. Over and out.
General David Miller, report on the captured alien fighter. Any breakthroughs?
Dr. Reed, report on the captured alien fighter. Any breakthroughs? Yes, General. We found it! Their Achilles heel. The ships aren't just shielded. They're interconnected. A network. Each vessel acts as a node, sharing energy, sharing processing power. If you disrupt one, you disrupt the whole local network. But more importantly, the shields. They're not static. They have a frequency. A very specific, very complex frequency. And we've found a way to jam it. Temporarily. Temporarily? How long is temporarily, Doctor? Long enough. Long enough for a concentrated strike. We've reverse-engineered a signal. It's crude, but it should create a momentary phase shift in their energy fields. Just a window. A few seconds, maybe. But it's our only shot.
A few seconds. That's all we need. To comms. All available air assets. Prepare for coordinated strike. Operation Phoenix is a go. Target coordinates are being uploaded now. We hit them simultaneously, globally. The moment Dr. Reed's signal goes live, every fighter, every bomber, every missile we have left fires. This is it. All or nothing.
Citizens of Earth, today we face our darkest hour. They came from the stars, bringing destruction and despair. But they underestimated us. They underestimated the human spirit. We are not just a collection of nations. We are one species. And today, we fight for our survival, for our future, for every life lost, for every city destroyed. We will make them pay. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. Becky, over comms, determined, in the cockpit of a tornado. Phoenix leader to all Phoenix elements. Signal is live. Jamming in T-5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage! Engage! Engage!
John Franklin. Voiceover. Weary but relieved. The battle was won. At an unimaginable cost. Cities lay in ruins. Populations decimated. But humanity endured. The alien mothership, crippled by a coordinated global strike, fell from orbit. A monument to our defiance. The smaller destroyers,
their networks severed, or systematically hunted down and destroyed. We had faced extinction and stared it down. The world was forever changed, scarred, but united. The stars, once a source of wonder, now held a new, cautious respect. President Alara Vance, standing amidst a rebuilding city, her voice reflective. We lost so much, but we gained something too. A unity we never thought possible. A shared purpose. We learned that our differences are trivial compared to what unites us. We learned that freedom is not given. It is fought for, constantly. And we learned that we are not alone. But we are strong. We are resilient. And we will rebuild. Together. Becky. To Philip. Her voice softer, but still with an edge of experience. You know, Phil, I always thought I'd be flying patrols, keeping our skies safe from each other. Never thought I'd be fighting off invaders from another galaxy. Group Captain Philip Johnson. Arm around her, gentle. Neither did I, love. But you did it. We all did. And now we have to make sure it never happens again. We watch the stars, not just with wonder, but with vigilance. The end.